preference. Yeah, preference. Someone, they only use the imported goods. They like imported goods because the imported goods show their image, their brand. Yeah, when you use the brand commodity. Other factors, guys. I don't want you to think in that way. So we will think many factors, not only from textbook, but very in the creative way. Yeah. Other factors like expectation. What are expectations? What do you mean expectation? Expectation. I think expectations will affect here investment. Yeah, this is not expectations, but they use speculation. Speculation. You know the word speculations? Yeah, speculations. So they predict the price in the futures. Yeah, they predict the price in the futures, and they will implement the strategy now. Okay, come back with the C. Income. Yes, good. The income, individual income, but it's not nominal income, but it's real income. It's a real income. Yeah. When the real income of Vietnamese people increase, of course, they will have more demand of using imported goods. Imported goods. It's a very normal understanding. Yeah, normal understanding. You say when you have an income, higher income, of course, you will consume more the high qualities or the popular of the famous brand name products. Okay, that is real income. Okay, real income. Is this an income? Yeah. Okay. So okay, for investment. First of all, in interest rate. Okay. First of all, in interest rate. Investment for tiền đạt. What are you doing? Tiền đạt, right, when say about the investment. But here we have to know. For the FDI, usually when we talk about FDI, we think about the inflow FDI. Inflow FDI is mean that the investment of the foreigner into Vietnam. But here, if you want the demand curve shift to the right, it means that the firms in Vietnam need to invest outside. To invest abroad. It is an outward FDI. It's an outward FDI. Yeah, outward FDI. Okay, and when the outward FDI increase, the investment more, yes, of course, but when many factors will decide, many factors will determine their decision to invest abroad. Yeah, and you say about the global uncertainty, you say about the global environment, and many things as well, and you also think about the economic stability, yeah, and many factors will affect the investment. And how about interest rate? Interest rate. Yes, higher interest rate of the foreign currency. Higher interest rate of foreign currency. For example, USD is higher now. USD is higher now. The value of USD is higher now because Fed increased the interest rate. Fed increased in the interest rate. And you know the interest rate, do you know interest rate of USD in Vietnam? interest rate of USD in Vietnam and interest rate of USD in US. Yes, in Vietnam, interest rate of USD is 0%. 0%. Meanwhile, the interest rate of USD in US is 5.25. But now they cut down, so I don't know about it. 4.75, yeah? 4.75, around about 5%. So you see, it is higher, much higher than in Vietnam, much is higher in Vietnam. So they will invest in USD more. They will invest in USD more. Yeah, okay. Speculations. One of you, I see that you're tired. I see that you are tired. We will have a short break soon, or you want to study non-stop, and we will end our lectures early. Non-stop? Break or non-stop? No break, okay? Non-stop, okay. I see you tired, this is tired, okay? So, come about the government. The government expenditures. When the government spend more, and for example, we are building the highway railway from north to the south, and of course we need to spending. Yeah, the government have to spend more, and they have to borrow. They have to borrow from the foreign country, for example, the US as well. That is the demand. The demand for the USD increase, okay. Also for the trade balance. The trade balance, many things will affect the trade balance. And one of the thing is tax. One of the thing is tariff. We call it the trade policy. And in Vietnam, we have very famous policy. It's a free trade agreement. It's a free trade agreement. CPTPP. Yeah, CPTPP. That is the free trade agreement. Vietnam also have a free trade agreement with European countries. Yeah, and that is the agreement with stimulate export, and also have the free trade area. Of course, we will also import more for the country of the argument. Okay, rise. So we have many factors. We have many factors affecting demand curve. You can think about more about it. So that is the demand curve, guys. And we also have supply curve. And the supply curve, can anyone tell me the shape of the supply curve?
Linear upward sloping.
The shape of the supply curve. It's upward. It's upward from
Left to right.
Yeah, left to the right. Yeah, left to the right. And we also have the same questions. We also have the same questions about what factors are making supply curve move to the right. And here, think about the factors beside which we have just discussed. What factors making the supply curve move to the right? And think about the factors beside which we have discussed. We have many things as well. That is free trade agreement, FTA. Yeah, FTA. And also we have a subsidy, yeah, subsidy. Can you spell it? S-U-B-D S subsidy. This is support. That is support from the government. Yeah.
Yes.
Subsidy. S-U-B.
S-I-D-E.
I don't remember this government. Very good. Because I don't remember that word. Okay. Subsidy. Okay, think about the factors making supply curve move to right. Beside which we have just discussed. Interest rate, investment. Think about it, okay? Just 5 minutes, everyone. Just 5 minutes.
Não. Phải sợ tôi. Não. Làm không?
Lên Mạnh Đức. Lên Mạnh Đức. Bạn này là nghỉ 2 hôm rồi đấy. Nguyễn Trung Anh. Ok, Nguyễn Trung Anh. Do you want to look slide? Okay.
Yeah, I think the first factors affecting the shift of supply is that it is about the foreign investment. So as you talk about the curve shift, so when the exchange rate of USD increase, investor also want to invest on the US, but also want to keep USD. They don't want to keep USD up. So the I'm not pretty sure about this. I was still searching on this, so I don't think I have the answer yet.
Okay, thank you very much. Other student, and anyone to tell me because with the time limited, so anyone tell me, okay? The first factor, Trung Anh says is an inward API. Am I right? Trung Anh, you have just talked about inward API. It's an API. One way is an API. Yeah, good. Now, other factors.
I think also speculation. Yeah, if people speculate that VND will have some positive interest rate, like it increase, so people will invest more in VND. And also remittance is
That is supply, not demand. That's a supply curve now, not demand curve. I'm asking you about the factors, what factors making demand and supply curve moving to the right.
is remittance also supply.
Yes, good. Very, very good. Remittance. That's it. Remittance. Yeah, remittance. Yes. Yeah, remittance. Remittance, you know the word remittance? Can you tell more about remittance?
It's like the money people send as a gift or like như kiểu là em nói tiếng Việt được không ạ?
Do you want to speak Vietnamese?
Kiểu như là Việt Nam, người Việt kiều ấy, người ta có thể sẽ gửi tiền về Việt Nam theo kiểu USD các thứ.
Okay. Remittance in Vietnamese is kiều hối. It's kiều hối. So remittance means that the money which it means that the people, Vietnamese citizens, but living and working abroad and sends US and send foreign currency to their relative in Vietnam. So we call it remittance. Okay. And remittance in Vietnam is the one source of very good supply, USD supply. Last year, remittance in Vietnam was 16 billion US dollar. 16 billion US dollar is a huge amount of USD supply. Yeah, very good factors. Other as well, yeah. Too many again, but I want to ask the student. Zoom, you want Zoom?
One factor that makes the supply curve of the foreign currency seem to rise, maybe the goals of government should stabilize the exchange rate. For example, so when the government wants to depreciate the values of the domestic currency, so they can sell large amount of foreign currency. So this can depreciate the amount, the values of domestic currency, when to better guarantee the export of this country. For example, so when a country holds a large reserve in US dollars, so if the domestic currency is appreciating too quickly, we could have exported. So this country may sell a large amounts of US dollar.
So you mean that export?
Yeah.
So you mean that export increase?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you very much, Leon. Thank you very much. You got bonus? No, yes, okay. So the more test 0.25 for Zoom. Other factors. So we'll just talk about you.
So I think so just talked about the in sorry, I didn't really pay attention when he talked about the
No, I didn't ask you about what Zoom has just talked.
Oh.
I asked you about the other factors.
I think one factor is what the expectation of the investor.
I asked everyone that tell me the factors which different from which have discussed before. Because we talk about expectations, we talk about speculations, we talk about interest rate, about inflation, and many things. Now I want you to think about, because all the factors we have just discussed have both effect, yeah, for the supply and for the demand as well, for the supply and demand as well. And I want you to think about other factors, different from which have discussed. And pay attention to it. Sorry. Okay, look.
I can add another thing. I don't know whether anyone has mentioned this, but one factor that can increase the supply of foreign currency is the increase in the sellers in the chartered institutions that can sell USD, and also the increase of the foreign reserve so that you can supply for the one who have the demand.
Do you mean that increase reserve?
Yeah, increasing the reserve. It means that you have more USD to sell and more sellers to do it. So basically, when it is easier to access to USD, the demand will increase.
Yes. Okay. Good. Reserve. Reserve. Yeah. Good. Reserve from the central bank. From the central bank. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Phil. Other student.
I think that one more factor is the foreign aid from like NGOs and all other countries to Vietnam in forms of USD.
Okay. Yeah. Do you understand? ODA. Yeah. ODA. This is ODA. Okay, we have many factors, everyone, and I always ask you to think about it. And actually, we not only finished the first part, but also with your all answer. But actually, it's with your all answer. We also finished the second part. Yeah, we finished it. We finished it. The second part of this lecture today. But in very creative way. It's very creative way. Yeah, we not only think about this, but we talk, we have discussed many things related to economic environment, from the economic environment to the expectation to the real income and many things. Yeah, many things. That's the way I'm teaching. That's the way I'm teaching. I'm not showing you the slide like that, but I want you to think. I want you to think because I know all of you are very good students, and all of you intelligent, very smart. And I don't want to teach you in the traditional way. That slide, look at the slide and blah blah. I explain that factor like that. But I want you to think like it. Okay, so we finished the second part as well. The second part as well. Yeah. And now we turn to the last part of our lecture today. This is government interventions. It's government interventions, everyone. Government interventions. And before we start for the last, I will send you the slide. Yeah, you can look at the slide, many slides, like that. Yeah, that. For example, with many fingers and many diagram. But I don't want to think. I don't want to teach like that. I want you to know about the nature of the problem. Here, now we turn to the last part of today. It's just the government interventions. The government interventions, okay? Government interventions. And before we start with these lectures, I want to ask you. So, at first, you know, we have two types of foreign exchange reserve. The first one is just two big types of exchange rate reserve. The first one is fixed exchange rate reserve, okay? The second one is floating, yeah. The last one is managed floating exchange rate reserve. And as we know from the theory that in the floating exchange rate reserve, the government will not intervene into the exchange rate movement. And exchange rate will be determined by the market factors. Am I right? Yeah. But I want to ask you whether in US, whether in UK, and whether in European countries, do they intervene in whether they intervene in exchange rate or not?
Yes.
Guys, can you share to know how about the exchange rate policy in your country, in European country? You have a European central bank.
Sweden, we have our own central bank, so they can, but I don't have like the euro.
Europe, okay.
I don't know how it works in Europe.
So in Europe, you can share. And you don't know so much about it? Okay, that's fine. Okay. So everyone come back with the US and UK. You answer yes. It means that the government will intervene into the market, and how? And why? Not how, why? Why they intervene into the exchange rate? Why they need to intervene in trade rate? And how they intervene it? and how they intervened. Before you answer, I show you an article, the news article. It's in 2 days ago or 3 days ago only. Look at it. And Linda or Đức, can you explain it to Amra? Because it is a Vietnamese. It is a Vietnamese article.
Quyết tâm dạ rồi điên bơm điên ra
Can you see it? 3 days ago, Tuesday ago, on 28th of October, this is the article about the activities and the action of State Bank of Vietnam. And State Bank of Vietnam have to implement two activities at the same time to control interest rate, and how they intervene the interest rate. Look at here. Anyone can interpret, to translate it into your English for me? Yeah. The first action that State Bank Vietnam did is on Phước Thảo.
lấy cả hai cái goose và service siêu phẩm của goose.
So the first measure used by the SVB was the reopening of the bill insurance channel after nearly 2 months of suspension. Accordingly, from October 18, the SBV started offering bills again with tenors of 14 days and 28 days. The reopening of bills insurance operations indicates the SBV aims to partially absorb VND liquidity in the banking system, and it's expected to contribute to increasing the VND interest rate in the interbank market. The total amount of SBV bills has issued as of October 25 is approximately 67 billion worth of bills, and including 17 and 800,000 billion worth of 14 days bills, and the rest being 28 day bills. This amount, combined with the funds the SBB withdrew from the market when it rolled over maturing open market operations (OMO) into the new month, was about 57,600 billion, bringing the total amount absorbed into the period from October 1st to 25 to approximately 124,000 billion. Okay. With commercial banks being supported, the SBB is prepared to offer loans via the OMO channel to manage any unexpected liquidity shortage.
Okay, Nikki. Thank you very much. Just wait a minute. Okay, guys, so Futa have just translated this Vietnamese article into English, and that is the recent actions of State Bank of Vietnam. State Bank of Vietnam is the central bank of Vietnam. The central bank of Vietnam, and they have to do two measures at the same time to control exchange rate. When the exchange rate between USD and Vietnamese dong have some negative impact, because you know now USD increase in its value so much. When the USD increase means that the value of Vietnamese dong will be depreciate. And you know the consequence of the depreciation is inflation rate. That's why the State Bank of Vietnam, the Central Bank of Vietnam have to implement two measures to control, to intervene it. And the first measure is using Treasury bill. It's a Treasury bill. Treasury bill to bond or to they use Treasury to Phương Thảo say again. The State Bank no, they sell Treasury bill into Thảo say again. OMO is different. It's an open market. It's Treasury bill too. When the central bank buy or when central bank sell Treasury bill, they want to impact the money supply, and they want to lessen some to pump money into the system or vice versa. Yeah, to take out the money from the system. Yeah, take out the money from the system to control inflation rate. And also the second activity that we do is OMO, is open market. Is open market is mean that they buying and selling foreign currency. They buying and selling foreign currency. I just have one example. That is a real example. I'm showing you the interventions of central bank. And Now I show you the diagram so you can understand it. For the reasons why the government interventions, you can find out it. Yeah, you can find it. And I'm not sure that every state bank, every central bank intervene into exchange rate, because exchange rate is one important part of monetary policy, and the monetary policy will affect the whole activities of the economy. That's why they have to intervene into the exchange rate, even that is floating exchange rate reason or other kinds of reasons. And here, that is, for example, this is a direct intervention. The direct interventions mean that the central bank, when we participate in the foreign exchange market to buy and sell foreign currency, For example, we look at this case only on the left-hand side, right? Okay. For example, we consider the exchange rate between USD and pound. And Fed is the central bank of US want to increase the value of pound, or to decrease or depreciate the value of US. So what they will do? What they will do? Some word in Vietnamese for them. Yeah, some word in Vietnamese. Nào, bây giờ nè, chúng ta sẽ xem chúng xem cái tỷ giá hối đoái giữa US đô la với lại bảng Anh, đúng không ạ? Và bây giờ nếu như mà Fed muốn làm cho giá trị của đồng bảng Anh tăng từ V1 lên V2 như thế này, V1 lên V2 như thế này, đúng không ạ? Khi mà tăng lên như thế này thì đương nhiên là cái tỷ giá hối đoái nó sẽ thay đổi, đúng không ạ các em? Đúng không ạ? Vậy thì bây giờ Fed tham gia vào cái thị trường này thì sẽ mua hay bán như thế nào ạ? Mua hay bán như thế nào ạ? Sẽ mua hay bán như thế nào? Cho các em. So now Fed want to increase the value of pound or depreciate the value of USD, and they participate in the foreign exchange market, and you can guess what they will do. They buy or they sell. Yes, they sell USD or they buy. They buy pound. Yeah, they buy pound. Oh, you see that's the curve here? No, totally not. Okay. Không nhìn gì luôn. Không có chứ trong slide không có mà. Đây này, đây cái đường mờ mờ này nè. Đây này. Okay, so they will buy pound. Yeah, they will buy pound. Pound will, so the demand curve will shift to the right from D1 to D2. They will buy GBP. They will buy pound by selling USD. So the demand curve will shift from D1 to D2, and the value of pound will increase from B1 to B2, and the value of pound increase means that the USD, the value of USD decrease. Okay, so that is the intervention. However, now we think about when the Fed buy and sell USD, what did happen? What did happen for the economy, for the system? More USD in the economy, more USD in the economy, or the money supply was increased, and they have to do other activities. They will do other activity like Vietnam have just done. This is why we call that two kind. So there are two types of interventions. 5 more minutes and then we need, okay? The first one is non-sterile interventions, and the second one is sterile interventions. When the central bank intervened in the foreign exchange market without adjusting for the change in the money supply, it's non-sterile interventions. Otherwise, in sterile interventions, a central bank intervened in foreign exchange market with adjusting for the change in the money supply. Okay, money supply. And here is diagram. Here's diagram of the two examples. Intervene are as non-sterile and sterile intervention. Look at it. Now we consider the exchange rate between USD and Canada dollar. If the Fed want to increase the value or strengthen the value of Canada dollar, it's when buy Canada dollar and sell USD like that. Okay, and of course by doing this from the previous diagram, previous figure, we know that by buying US dollar and selling USD and buying USD, the value of Canada dollar increased, and the value of USD decreased. So the Fed finish and complete its missions to strengthen the value of Canada dollar. And if it ends here, just buy Canada dollar and sell USD, we call it non-sterile interventions. It doesn't care. Fed doesn't care about the money supply. That is a non-sterile intervention. However, in the second case, when Fed buy Canada dollar and sell US dollar, and they recognize that, the money supply increased so much, and which affect inflation rate. So what they will do? They have to use treasury bill, like the way State Bank of Vietnam has just implemented. Understand? Okay. Now come back here. Fed buy Canada dollar and sell US dollar. Yeah, here. But that is recognize that the money supply is too much, and they need to take the money from the economy. Otherwise, the inflation will be very high. It will be very high. What they will do? The first action, they participate in foreign exchange market, and the second action, they won't participate in treasury market by buying or selling treasury bill. Buying or selling. Sell. Yes. They sell treasury security to inflation, to financial institutions or other firms. Yeah. When they sell treasury bill, like State Bank of Vietnam has implemented 3 days ago. They sell treasury bill is meet that other institution will make payment in Vietnamese đồng. So the Vietnamese, the supply of Vietnamese in the economy will be lessened, will be reduced. Yeah, will be reduced. So we call it, here, fact, sell treasury bill to financial institutions and US. The amount of US will come into reserve, not in the economy anymore. And by implementing 2 measures at the same time like this, central bank both increasing or strengthening the dollar Canada value, but also control the money supply or the inflation rate in the domestic economy. Yeah. And call it storyline intervention. Everyone understand? It's clear for you? Do you need me to explain it in Vietnamese? Okay. Vậy các bạn trả lời so I explain it. Okay. Đây là 2 cách mà can thiệp của ngân hàng trung ương đối với lại tỷ giá, đúng không? Và vừa nãy thì cô đã cho các bạn xem một cái bài mà ngân hàng nhà nước Việt Nam cách đây 3 ngày chúng đã phải can thiệp lên tỷ giá như vậy, lên cần tỷ giá như vậy. Thế thì nó sẽ có 2 cách can thiệp. Cách can thiệp thứ nhất đó là non-sterile intervention. Non-sterile intervention có nghĩa là cái ông ngân hàng trung ương ấy, ông ấy chỉ tham gia trên cái thị trường ngoại tệ để ông ấy mua và bán ngoại tệ mà thôi. Ví dụ trong trường hợp này chẳng hạn, ông ấy muốn giảm giá của đồng USD, ông muốn giảm giá đồng USD hay là phải tăng giá của đồng đô la Canada thì ông ấy làm gì ạ? Ông ấy mua vào đô la Canada, đúng không các bạn? Ông ấy mua vào đô la Canada. Khi ông ấy mua vào đô la Canada như thế thì làm cho gì đấy ạ? Cầu của đô la Canada dịch chuyển sang phải, giống như cái mô hình vừa nãy mình xem ấy. Cầu dịch chuyển sang phải thì giá của đô la Canada sẽ làm gì đấy ạ? Tăng, đúng không ạ? Nhưng mà khi ông mua đô la Canada thì phải trả bằng cái gì chứ? Chẳng nhẽ mua bằng không à? Đúng không ạ? Vậy thì ông sẽ phải trả bằng gì ạ? USD, đúng không ạ? Khi mà ông trả bằng USD như thế thì cái lượng tiền ở trong lưu thông có tăng không ạ các bạn? Lượng tiền ở trong lưu thông có tăng không ạ? Có tăng, đúng không ạ? Nếu ông ấy chỉ dừng lại ở biện pháp đầu tiên, hành động đầu tiên này thôi thì người ta gọi là gì ạ? Non-sterile intervention, đúng không ạ? Bởi vì ông ấy thấy là lượng tiền tăng ở trong lưu thông thật đấy, nhưng mà sao ạ? Nó vẫn ở trong hướng an toàn. Nó không ảnh hưởng nhiều đến lạm phát thì tôi vẫn tôi cứ mặc kệ nó, đúng không ạ? Nhưng một khác là gì ạ? Ông ấy thấy rằng cái lượng tiền ở trong lưu thông quá lớn, mà lượng tiền tăng thì có nghĩa là lạm phát ra đây các bạn, có nguy cơ cao, có đúng không các bạn? Có nguy cơ cao. Thế thì ông ấy phải làm gì ạ? Phải hút tiền về. Ông phải hút tiền về bằng cách gì ạ? Ông sẽ ngoài tham gia vào cái thị trường ngoại hối thì ông phải tham gia một cái thị trường thị trường gì ạ? Tín phiếu kho bạc, đúng không ạ? Tín phiếu kho bạc. Bằng cách là gì đấy ạ? Ông ấy bán ra tín phiếu. Ví dụ ông bán cho các em thì các em sẽ phải làm gì đấy ạ? Trả lại tiền cho ông ấy, đúng không ạ? Thì tiền có phải hút vào trong lưu thông không ạ? Đúng không ạ? Vậy thì ông ấy sẽ phải tham gia 2 hành động. Và với hai hành động này thì ông ấy vừa làm gì đấy ạ? Vừa tăng giá được tỷ giá hối đoái mà ông ấy vừa kiểm soát được gì ạ? Lạm phát. Thì người ta gọi đó là storyline intervention. Hiểu không? Hiểu không ạ? Hiểu không ạ? Và ngân hàng nhà nước Việt Nam mình vừa rồi đã làm gì đấy ạ? Chính là storyline intervention đấy cả lớp. Đúng không ạ? Storyline intervention đấy cả lớp. Đó. What State Bank of Vietnam have just implemented is storyline, we call it storyline intervention. The storyline intervention, okay? So now, I give you the real example of government intervention. Government intervention is, okay? Thank you very much, everyone. Do you have any questions? No. Okay. I'm still sorry, everyone, because I promised that we would end at 11:30. We study non-stop, blah blah. But now we study non-stop, but we're still at 11:40. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm still very hungry. But thank you very much, everyone, and have a good lunch. Thank you, guys.
Em rất là phòng đúng không?
Dạ,
Em là chị à? MG đúng không?
tôi là Hải Dương.
Không, ý là cái bút đấy là MG.
Chị cũng biết là chị ăn nước của bạn.
Cái con Hải Phòng các bạn là ở trường Hải Phòng lắm rồi.
Thế á?
Em chẳng biết. Nhưng mà không biết đẹp lắm. Lấy dương cho tao bực. Tao định lấy luôn, nhưng mà đưa cái gì không. Mày là mày mới lấy luôn đúng không? Tao đến mình thức một giây rồi.
Không, em vừa chờ chị mà, em lấy thật nè.
Quyên lấy ngay cái gì đúng không? Nó rất sáng. Em mày tranh ăn với mày. Em mấy lần sau mà ăn tranh với mày. Chính nó.